Beneath the quiet hum of modern civilization, an ancient question lurks like a shadow in the geological strata. What if humanity is not the first to rise, but merely the latest echo? The Silurian hypothesis whispers that before us, something else walked this earth, its traces buried deep beneath eons of stone and silence. Our planet has rolled through 4.5 billion years, an inconceivable span where oceans boiled and continents tore apart. If intelligent life once thrived millions of years before humanity, time itself would have erased their fingerprints. Yet, the very absence of evidence calls to us, like a cosmic riddle whispering through strata of forgotten epochs. Imagine peeling back the layers of the earth, each sediment marking an age of creation and destruction. What secrets lie beneath the Cretaceous limestone, beyond the fossilized bones of creatures we name but do not understand? Could there be the ruins of machines, melted to minerals, waiting to be discovered in the sullen depths? The Silurian hypothesis, proposed by scientists Adam Frank and Gavin Schmidt, challenges our perception of planetary innocence. It demands we ask whether signs of a prior technological species could still linger, in altered isotopes, disrupted carbon cycles, or unexplainable mineral deposits. The Earth remembers, even if our senses cannot. If deep-time civilizations once existed, their evidence wouldn't be cities or skeletons, but chemical scars. Fossil fuels now bear the imprint of our age, but could ancient analogs lie below, distorted by epochs of tectonic violence? The rocks may be whispering truth, if we only learn to listen. In the silence of ocean floors, under miles of crushing blackness, there could rest the dust of forgotten empires. The slow burial of continents would have folded their monuments into molten memories. Yet, nature does not forget, it encodes history in magnetic grains and isotopic ghosts. We dig for oil, for coal, for metals crafted from the bones of deep time, and perhaps we are feeding on the remnants of lives that came before. The cycle repeats, as if intelligence itself is destined to illuminate the earth then vanish, leaving only the atoms of its ambition behind. The Silurian hypothesis is not comfort, it is revelation. It implies an intelligence so old it predates our myths, one that may have gazed at the same stars, questioning its own existence. What did they call themselves, if names have any meaning beyond extinction? Consider the Silurian era, spanning over 400 million years ago. Life then was primitive, or so we believe. Yet, how can we be certain, when the geological clock grinds everything to dust? Could sentience once have swum where only trilobites now lie in fossilized sleep? If there were predecessors, perhaps they too uncovered the terrifying limitations of permanence. Civilizations are not lost through cataclysm alone, they dissolve, ground into oblivion by time's relentless machinery. What we mistake for a blank past may be the silence of erased memory. We trust that our skyscrapers and satellites make us eternal, yet all will be gone within 10 million years. Plastic, our toxic legacy, may be the last monument of humankind, strange polymers that confound the fossil future. Might earlier civilizations have left their own indestructible polymeric tombstones beneath oceans of shale? Scientists scour Earth's carbon layers, comparing stable isotopes to identify unnatural spikes, signatures of combustion, industry, and change. What if one such anomaly, deep and ancient, predates us? A forgotten industrial age, erased not by apocalypse, but by entropy. Radioactivity leaves its fingerprints across time, revealing nuclear events and cosmic collisions. If a technological species once split the atom millions of years ago, traces of odd isotopes should remain. Did something long before humanity play with forces beyond comprehension? The cosmic horror lies not in confirmation, but in the weight of implication. If intelligence repeatedly blooms and perishes, we are part of a doomed pattern, locked in geological recurrence. Evolution itself might be haunted, compelled to recall its own forgotten mistakes. There may exist non-human fossils imbued with technological residue, metals or nanostructures fused with stone. Blasphemous relics that resist natural explanation. Each metallic fragment unearthed could be a warning from those who vanished, encoded in Earth's deep graveyard. Myth and legend, clues persist, echoes of gods descending, civilizations destroyed by fire or flood. Could these tales be cultural atavisms, inherited whispers of unimaginable antiquity? Our ancestors may have heard the truth through dreams older than speech. Think of the Antarctic buried beneath continents of ice, concealing strata untouched since the dawn of multicellular life. Below, there could slumber relics from an age before names, before human consciousness even stirred. But to find them might awaken what should remain forgotten. The magnetic record in rocks could be a planetary diary, its reversals and bursts chronicling lost energy sources. Perhaps other minds once tapped Earth's magnetic veins. The poles themselves may have recorded their downfall, etching madness into molten iron. If we are not the first, are we destined to meet the same end? The stars observe in silence, cold and unmoved. Cosmic indifference wraps our existence like a shroud, and Earth's surface becomes a recurring tomb of awakening and forgetting. Cultural memory might be deeper than DNA, embedded in instinct, in phobia. The universal fear of darkness, the terror of vast oceans, may be inherited trauma from extinct minds. The human psyche could still tremble to echoes of their final catastrophe. Imagine a civilization measuring planets not with telescopes, but memory, a race that learned the futility of enduring against geological eternity. They might have left warnings not on stone but in mathematics, resonance patterns woven into natural constants. Geologists examine abrupt transitions in strata, moments of chaos across chemical equilibrium. Each could mark a forgotten apocalypse. Oxygen spikes, temperature collapse, metallic residues, all suggest catastrophes engineered, not natural. The fingerprints of vanished creators. We view prehistoric extinction as tragedy, yet perhaps it was purgation, Earth's own act of rejection. Every civilization becomes too loud, saturating its biosphere until silence becomes mercy. The Silurian hypothesis makes humanity look less unique and more inevitable. As ice melts and deserts expand, we are etching our own signature into the planet's chemistry. Modern industrial humanity becomes another geological chapter to be misread by whatever follows us. The loop is endless, indifferent, beautifully cruel. Perhaps our archaeological future depends not on uncovering the past, but deciphering the warning it left behind. The silence of the strata may not be absence, it may be censorship, a planetary quarantine preserving sanity. Some doors in deep time should remain closed. Scientists debate skeptically, yet unease seeps through academic restraint. To contemplate pre-human intelligence is to question reality itself. What if Earth's orbit around the Sun is a ritual repetition, each turn in oblivion following enlightenment? If intelligence blooms endlessly across cosmic scales, then humanity is but one iteration in a system governed by chaos. The Silurian hypothesis suggests recursion not only of matter but of mind. We are memory playing out across time's infinite labyrinth. Fiction once imagined reptilian ancestors rising before mankind, dismissed as myth. Yet the rocks may tell a story so close to that nightmare that myth seems prophecy. We have feared ancient inheritors because, somewhere, we remember being them. In deep polar cores, scientists find trapped gases bearing chemical ratios that whisper of unexplained fires. Could they be remnants of machines burning long before mammalian breath? Even air remembers, holding in its frozen molecules history's quiet screams. The cosmos offers no comfort, only perspective. Across billions of worlds, civilizations rise, collapse, fossilize, and vanish. If Earth has housed predecessors, then the universe is a cemetery without borders, its monuments invisible to our eyes. Our curiosity may awaken forces that despise exposure. If a prior intelligence encoded warnings in the planet's crust, disturbing them could trigger cycles beyond our comprehension. What is buried beneath consciousness might not wish to be unearthed. The Silurian hypothesis is less a theory than a mirror, reflecting our fragility and arrogance alike. We crave uniqueness, yet the past may humiliate us with familiarity. The horror lies not in alienness, but in kinship too ancient to comprehend. Deep seismic mapping could someday reveal symmetrical voids, shapes not born of tectonics. Patterns that defy randomness, too deliberate to be coincidence. Buried architectures that rewrite every origin story we've told ourselves. And what if we are not discovering them, but reawakening them? Each drill, each excavation might beckon forgotten mechanisms of silence. The planet itself may be sentient, erasing civilizations once they reach understanding too perilous to endure. As the credits of existence roll unseen in the darkness of time, one truth hovers at the edge of terror: we are temporary. The Silurian hypothesis does not ask who came before, it asks how long we have before we, too, are forgotten dust beneath the next dawn.